by CRM developer means it is clearly saying that change is initiated, change is started. If he comes to the second point, change approval, then verified that changes were approved by authorized personnel. He can clearly understandable to them that it is a verifying process or authorizing process. So wording, right? Go ahead, go ahead. That day, what you did then, guys? Okay, change initiation, right? Change initiation is what? How it will be passed. So go to the evidence, take any change. Now here, change initiation. This is the change, routine software update, right? So what is change initiation?
It's
Tell
ticket ID.
me,
The evidence is ticket ID
right?
submission.
We learn that.
Yeah.
Oh, change initiation means someone initiated the change here. You can see the ticket ID, routine software update.
Hmm.
That is the initiation of the change. Who initiated change requester? He initiated the change. What is the change type? Standard change. Risk is what? Low, right? So
Hmm.
here they have initiated the change. Now, the second stage, if you go change approvals, verify that change were approved by authorized person. Go to the evidence. Here you can see pre-approval. Pre-approval based on the document procedures means the change is already pre-approved, right? Here is the approval process. Then if you go to the third stage, testing evidence, confirm that changes were tested in non-production environment. Here, if you go here, the implementation plan, update the business software to application and conduct the functionality check. And then there is the fourth stage, rollback plan, revert to the previous software version if issue occurred, right? And then comes your fifth stage, implementation log, check logs for successful implementation and post change validation. So if you go to the evidence here, post implementation review completed, outcome routine software updated completed successfully, and you can see work log here, the tab. So where is the issue for you to see in this?
Yes, sir, got it.
Still, if it is a confusion, ask me, because see, it is easy. Don't get confused. It is so easy. Only thing is that the terminology or the wording is different. That's why might be you are getting confused. But
Yes,
if
sir.
you compare that, you will easily get to know what it is.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubts are there still? Tell me.
No, sir, nothing, sir.
Uh, Krishna, any doubt? Santosh?
No, no, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, hi
Kavya?
sir. This is Charan.
Charan, just 1 second. Yeah, Kavya,
Okay.
any doubt?
No, sir. Like, I felt it. I'll ask.
Okay. Yeah, Charan, go ahead.
Yeah, actually today is my first day, so will you share the document in the
Yes,
chat?
yes, yes. You are already in the group, na?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And guys, I will share a new PPT with you so that it is a complete PPT with your frameworks and everything. Uh, Let
Okay,
me
sir.
just share that with you guys once. Wait, where it is? Hmm, this. Okay, fine. I will share with you guys the new PPT. Refer to that PPT in the group. I will share. Okay. So then, if no doubts are there, we can continue to IT operation. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can continue.
Okay. Okay. Let's go for IT operation. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the third domain of ITGC or GITC, IT operation, or it is also called as a job monitoring control, means what? IT operation means taking care of the backups. Okay, taking care of the backup. Now, always remember this IT operation controls consist of two things. One is your backup control, and one is your okay. Then one is your data availability and storage control. Okay. So backup control only in IT operation we have a backup control means we will check the backup. But in backup we will check the job or two ways we will check the job monitoring once means the system job monitoring, and second the job storage or a data storage or a data integrity. Okay, I will explain it to you. So first thing, if we are talking about the backup, we need to understand there is what is the backup actually, or why we need the backups. So anybody know what is the backup and why we need the backups? Why we need the backups, guys?
Backup is for safety purpose, like just to make sure that the data, I mean, data is there or not.
If the data is lost, then we can
If we
retrieve.
dot, if we lost any data, we will get some backup.
Okay. Any other thing?
Safety purpose.
Okay, safety purpose. Okay, but I am not getting the exact word. Why you will take backup of your mobile?
If we lost
Uh,
the mobile, then we get the
Importance
Only
of the
that,
data.
only that purpose? See, we understood we need to have safety, or we need to have, like, if data is lost,
safety.
we need to have something. But what is the major purpose of backup? Why we need backups?
uh, like if any virus or else if any
Any
hacking happens.
That
important
is safety,
documents
right?
are there?
Hmm.
If any important documents or any important files are there, we should back up. No?
That is what my question. Why we need that? You were two things are correct. If something happen, we need to have something. That's why safety. That is also fine. But what is the most criticality? Why we need backups?
If our laptop or else any mobile is stolen, then we can.
That is the safety, right? We can
Okay,
say in
okay,
other
okay,
word.
okay.
In case of any disaster,
To overlap our data.
That is what. That is what. Disaster means if you lost the mobile, in that case only you will need backup. What is that? That is what I'm asking. What is that?
We can get our
What
correct
it
data,
will
sir.
give you? Sorry.
We can get our correct data or previous data.
Okay, but again, I'm asking. You are telling me same thing. What we will achieve with that?
We
What?
can
See, I
monitor
will
We
give.
things.
can we can't able to do double work, sir, by the data.
Mm, okay, just I will just give you example. Okay, suppose you are traveling. Okay, you are traveling in a bus and you have two water bottles with you. One is you are using and one is kept as a backup in your bag. Now, when you got down from the bus, okay, you forgot your one water bottle which is kept outside. Now, what is that second bottle will give you? That I have a water. What is
Safety.
that? No, it is not safety.
Uh,
Assurance.
Assurance.
Assurance of continuity. That is what the exact word. So for corporates or backup, main job of backup is to provide business continuity. Means imagine if your mobile is lost, but you have the backup on cloud, or you have backup on the WhatsApp backup, your business will continue, or your WhatsApp chats will continue, right? So that is what the exact purpose of backup, to provide a business continuity assurance, that if something happens also, with the backup we can continue our businesses. So backup provides continuity assurance to the businesses. Understood? It is safety is a part of that. Assurance, continuity assurance is the major objective, or the objective of the backup processes. The continuity, business continuity assurance. So what backup will provide? Business continuity assurance. That can be risk, that can be safety, that can be whatever it may be, you can call it. But in the words, or if you wanted to summarize it, or if you wanted to define it, then you are actually getting business continuity assurance. Understood?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you have, or we have around four types of backups. Okay. First, understand. Let us understand how many types of backup, or how they are segregated. So we have four types of backup. First is full backup. Second is incremental. Third is differential, and fourth is snapshot. Now, what is the meaning of full backup? So the meaning of full backup is that whatever systems are there, whichever the company has selected, taking backup of entire system. Okay, in simple words, whatever the organization is chosen, or whatever they have chose, that backup or that entire backup we will take. It means it is a full backup. Okay, and it should be done. Recommendation is that it should be done once in a 24 hours. Okay, so the full backup frequency of taking full backup is, recommendation is once in a 24 hours, but it depend upon the policy of the organization, that they wanted to do it in 24 hours, or they wanted to do it in weekly, or they wanted to do it in 2 days, or they wanted to do it in 3 days. That is totally up to organization. What is recommended, that whatever the backup systems you have chosen to take the backup, or whatever servers, networks, devices, or anything, whatever they have chosen, they should take those full backup of those system every once in a 24 hours. Understood? The full backup. Okay. Any doubt is there in full backup? It is a simple backup, entire backup. Now comes the incremental backup. Imagine a condition, we are taking full backup once in a 24 hours, means currently at the night, suppose I have taken the backup at 12 a.m. Okay, I have taken the full backup at 12 a.m. Now the next full backup will run after 24 hours, right? After 24 hours means next day 12 a.m. In between that, if something happen in between that 24 hours, suppose we have taken this backup at uh, 12 a.m., and after 12 hours or after 6 hours something happen to the system, or system goes down, then we will not have a backup at all, right? Because we have taken the backup before 6 hours. Now whatever 6 hour is data is lost, right? So to avoid that situation, we have a incremental backup. Means what it will do, it's a full backup, but what will happen at 3 a.m., means after, suppose you have taken this backup at 12 a.m., okay, and then at 3 a.m. system will take again a full backup, but for these 3 hours only. Okay, system will take full backup, but again for this 3 hour only, 12 to 3. Okay, then again at 6 a.m. system will take backup of 3 to 6 a.m. entire backup, and it will erase the 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. backup, because all the data which is here, it is taken at 6 a.m. backup. Understood? The incremental backup is overwritten backup, means it will increment at 12 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m., again at 9 a.m. System will take entire backup between 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., and it will erase 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. backups. Okay, so it will go on increasing till it will reach again the next day 12 a.m. At 12 a.m. you will again take the full backup. Again at 3 a.m. you will take the incremental backup. Got it? What is incremental backup? So incremental backup is a full backup only, but for a particular period of time. For a particular period of time, like not like a entire 24 hours. So it is recommended that incremental backup should be taken every 3 hours. Every 3 hours. Incremental backup should be taken after every 3 hours. Any doubt is there? What is incremental backup or what is full backup? Any doubts are there? Don't get confused with the backup.
No, no.
Okay. Now, imagine a condition in these 3 hours also something happened. Means we have taken the backup, full backup at 12 a.m. Okay. And now here we are going to take, we are going to take the incremental backup at 3 a.m. But there is a 3 hours of window, right? There is a 3 hours of window. In that, if something happens, what we will do? So suppose 12 a.m. taken the full backup at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m. system goes down. So we are missing 2 hours of backup, right? So to avoid that, again, we have a differential backup. Okay. What it will do? So it will take backup of every 15 minutes. It is recommended that you should take incremental backup at every 15 minutes. But here is the catch. So what it will do in 15 minutes means, suppose 12 to 3, this 12 a.m. to this 3 a.m., whatever changes will happen, okay, whatever changes will happen in those 15 minutes means 12:15, suppose this 12:15 to 12:30. Okay, if something happen or something transaction happen or some changes happen, then only it will take the backup, the differential backup. If nothing happen between 12:15 to 12:30, then it will not take the backup. Understood? So if the change happen only in the data or in the information, then and then only differential backup will trigger after every 15 minutes. If nothing happen, if nothing happen after every 15 minutes, differential backup will be not taken. Okay, and differential backup will be taken only changes which are happening in 15 minutes, not like incremental backup or full backup, the entire data set. No, whatever the changes are happened in that 15 minutes, those only will be taken as a backup. That is called as a differential backup. Okay, so it will be there for every 15 minutes. Understood? Full backup, incremental backup, and differential backup. Any doubt? Any doubt in the concepts?
No.
Okay. Now, the fourth backup type is a snapshot. Snapshot is nothing but the screenshot type. Okay. If you take screenshot of the system, now you are learning online. If you take screenshot, that is nothing but the snapshot. So current setup, you can see it as a current setup, and it can taken at any point of time. It can taken at any point of time. Snapshot you can take at any point of time. There is no recommendation or there is no mandate. Mandate or recommendation is for this backup type. Full backup 24 hours. Sorry, once in a 24 hours. Incremental backup once in a 3 hours. Differential backup once in a 15 minutes. Now, always remember guys, differential backup will be taken mostly in the banking and financial industry. If the industries like healthcare, manufacturing, they will avoid taking these backup. You will not find these backup in the other industries. Why? Because it will incur so much of cost. So in finance industry, transactions are happening in seconds, right? That's why we need a differential backup, or they will take the differential backup. Other than financial or banking industry, mostly people will not take a differential backup. Mostly. It is not recommended and it is not mandatory also. For whom it is mandatory? For the banking and finance industry. Got it? Got it? Any doubt?
No doubt.
Okay. Now we will test the control directly. Okay. We will test the monitoring control. How we need to test this backup control. Testing methodology, what it says review the logs and check failures, evidence, job logs, and reports. Now, let me share the backup control testing report so that we will directly check with the evidences. Okay. Share my entire screen. Okay, are you able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Now always remember here, backup types covers, okay? First job monitoring control only we are seeing. We are not seeing this storage, okay? Storage we are not seeing. While seeing the logs only, we will see this. Now, this is the backup control sheet. Objective is what? To validate the effectiveness and compliance of backup control across all backup types: full, incremental, differential, snapshot, and cloud storage backup. Okay, an organization data protection strategy. Now, always remember your first evidence is backup control policy of the organization. Okay, your first evidence or first thing you need to ask to test the control, that where is your backup policy. Okay, in that backup policy you need to see what kind of backup they are taking, what are the types of backup they are taking full backup, incremental, differential, snapshot. Okay, so it will be mentioned everything, how many days they are keeping the backup stored, that is called as a retention period. So if they took the full backup or incremental or differential backup, how many days they are storing that backup? Because if you are taking the backup, you should store the backup also. And the recommendation is 180 days. You need to store whatever backup you are taking, you need to store it for 180 days, 6 months. That is the retention period. So you need to see that also. So in the organization policy or in the organization backup policy, those should be mentioned. What should be mentioned? So here you can see the control review verified the backup policies. In that we will see the schedules, we will see the retention settings, and whatever the backup they are covering. Means what? How much type of backup they are taking, full backup, incremental, differential, how they have scheduled, whether they have scheduled in 24-hour ones, they have scheduled 3 days a once, weekly a once, whatever their schedule is, and then how many days they are storing the backup. That should be clearly mentioned in the backup policy of the organization. Understood? So the first evidence or first thing you need to check is backup policy of the organization. Clear? Clear? Any doubt?
No, sir. Clear.
Okay. Then once that is done, once you have reviewed the backup policy, then you need to do the execution validation. Means you need to do the job success or failure. How to do that? Ask the evidences. Ask the evidences like these screenshots. Give us the screenshot of the software where you are taking the backup. Okay, and in this what you need to see, only few things, what they are, whether which type of backup they are taking, and here you can see the job monitoring. Okay, in the evidences we can see the job monitoring, which type of backup, if they are taking full backup, whether it is successful or not, for the 2 to 3 days, as you can see here, start time, end time. Okay, it is mentioned here for 2 days, at least 2 days, two samples. Incremental backup type, status successful or not. Okay, then differential backup type, it is successful or not. Okay, and what is the backup schedule? Schedule means schedule settings, as you can see, full backup, incremental backup, and differential backup, when they have scheduled it, and whether the status is successful or not. This is the first thing you need to see. Got it? Any doubt? So after the backup policy, you need to see the job monitoring. And for that, we will ask the screenshot of the backup software where they will take the backup, that software. In that, you need to see the job monitoring. So imagine in a company, if you, they are taking only two type of backup, full backup or incremental. Then you need to check that only, whether the full backup, the job monitor is successful or not, and the job is successful or not. Incremental backup, they are taking, and it is successful or not. Okay. Once you identify that, then also check for failure. Means everything is successful, it should not happen. Means it will not happen that every time it is successful. See for if there are any failure jobs also. Okay. In the logs, here you can see the logs. In those logs, you can see the failure also. Okay, so in that failure, what you need to check? You need to check that why it is failed. So what you need to do, if you found out any job is failed or any job monitoring is failed, then you need to ask the backup admin or a stakeholder that why this job is failed. Ask them the clarification and ask them what you did after that. Means they need to rerun the job. Okay, so if you go here, backup control testing, so restore testing or the job monitor backup success or failure. That is the second methodology or the second testing. So if the job is successful, well and good. If the job is failed, then why it is failed and what they did after that. Whether they have rerun the job or whether they have taken the manual backup. That you need to ask. If they said, okay, we rerun the job, ask them the evidence that, okay, give me that screenshot. So they will give that screenshot. If they said we run the manual job, then you need to ask them where you have stored. Give me that location screenshot. They will give that location screenshot. Then your control is pass. Understood? So the first control is checking backup policy, then checking job monitoring status, whether it is successful or failure. If successful, no worries. But if it is failure, you need to ask why it is failed, what you did after that, whether did you rerun the job or whether you have taken the manual backup. Give us the evidence for that. Got it? This is the second stage or second step. We will check. Any doubt? Any doubt?
No, no.
No? Clear? Okay. Then the third, restoration. Now here you can see the restoration, the data loss. Means imagine you are taking backup, but how you know that whether you can use it or not, right? So you need to restore that backup, then you can get to, then you will get to know that whether it is usable or not. Only thing, you are taking backup and you are storing it. If time comes and if something fails and you are not able to restore that backup, what is the use of that backup? So the second or third and fourth control is related with the data availability in storage. What is the risk here? If you are not able to use that backup, then you will have a data loss. That is the risk, right? So we are taking backup, but we are not able to restore those backup or we are not able to use those backup. Then that is no use. We will have a data loss, right? So to test those, we need to check backup logs, verify the restore and how they are storing. So always remember, whenever companies are taking backup, any type of backup, they need to store it offsite. Means suppose in a one building they are taking backup. Okay, in a one building they are taking backup. So once they have taken the backup, those tapes or those devices should be stored 3 kilometers away from that building, offsite location. Okay, offsite means you can store in the cloud also, you can store in the another building also, but the distance should be 3 kilometers. So if you are taking the backup in your home, you need to take those backup after the backup is completed. You need to take those backup 3 kilometers long and you need to store at another place. Okay, that is the recommendation. Nowadays, people are doing cloud storage. Means once they will take the backup, they will copy that backup to the cloud. So cloud is like automatically 3 kilometer long. Okay, but if you are not doing that or organization is not doing that, then we should see that they are storing those backup 3 kilometers long from the place where they are actually taking the backup. Got it? So that is the storage restoration or storage control. Any doubt up to now? No? Okay. Now come here, restore testing. Restore test, restore to validate the data integrity. How we will test it? So here you can see the offsite cloud backup. Okay, there they have storage. So storage, cloud storage. You can see here the cloud storage. And for snapshot, it is this snapshot backup. And here also cloud storage. So they are storing the cloud at the cloud. Okay, and the restoration. Now restoration logs will be given when they will restore the backups only. Okay. So what you need to do, you need to ask them the restoration proofs. Now restoration proofs can be past time, guys. Means suppose you are testing the control for 3 months. Okay, 3 months now. So every organization have different restoration settings or retention settings. Suppose a organization having 6 months, then at the time of the audit, you will not find those retention settings because they have retention period of 6 months. So you need to ask them, give us the past record, whatever the 6 months back record, that you need to check as a restoration. So restoration path also will look like this only, like this proof only. Restoration, they will do the restoration. So you will get that. I do not have here restoration screenshot actually. I guess I missed it. Okay. But always remember, restoration path will be depend upon the retention settings. So suppose you are doing audit for Jan to March, right? You are doing audit for Jan to March, but the retention setting is what, 6 months. So from January to 6 months, June. So you will not get a retention settings for that. So what you need to ask them? So show us the past June backup which you have restored in the January. So June 25 backup, they need to restore it in the January. So you can check those backup retention settings. For ongoing, you cannot check because the retention period is 6 months. So if you are doing backup control testing for Jan to March, that is a 3 months. So if you have taken the backup in Jan, that will be restored or that will do restoration settings in June 2026, which is future. You cannot do that. To overcome this issue, you need to ask them whatever backup you have taken in June 2025, show that you have restored that backup in December or January. You can ask that proof. Got it? Got it or not? Any doubt? Am I audible or not, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt is there?
No.
No. Okay. Then this is what the our fourth stage. Now audit log review. Review log for anomalies or miss backup means failure settings. That's it. Nothing yet. And a screenshot. Screenshot evidence is what? Captured for each backup type, which is this one. We have captured for each backup type. We have captured for full, incremental, then we have differential for schedule, we have snapshot backup, we have offsite storage backup or offsite storage screenshot also. So every condition is getting fulfilled. So I will write the test result summary for backup type, full backup, backup status successful, restoration testing is passed, logs are verified, any issue found? No. If you found any issue, you can write here. Now here you can see restore validation details. Okay, you can see here I have clearly written data integrity was verified post restore. Means currently I am not able to do that. That's why I have verified the post. Post means whatever happened previously, that I have tested. Okay, and restore operation completed within the acceptable time frames. Now acceptable time frame is nothing but your retention settings or retention period. That's it. Got it? Any doubt is there? In backup control, any doubt is there? Type of backup and which control we need to test. So in backup control, we need to test whether they are taking, what type of backup they are taking, the job monitoring is successful or fail, if fail, why it is fail, and what they did after that. In retention setting, backup policy need to be verified, what type of backup they are taking, what is the schedule for that, what is the retention settings. These three things are important in backup policy. Then offsite storage, where they are storing those backups, whether they are storing in cloud, whether they are storing offsite anywhere, those you need to check. And the restoration, when they have last restored the backup. These are the only four things which you need to check in the backup restoration. And for that, everything you need to ask the screenshot like this. Got it?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt is there, you can guys ask me.
No, sir.
No doubts?
No doubts.
Clear? How many types of backups are there? Four types: full, incremental, differential, and snapshot. What is offsite storage? So backup should not be stored in the place where they have taken the backup. It should be stored at least 3 kilometers long or in the cloud. Job monitoring means whether the backup has been taken successfully or not. That is the job monitoring. Also, we need to check retention settings in the backup policy. So in the backup policy is our first evidence. In the backup policy, we will check three important things: how many type of backup they are taking, whether they are taking all four type of backup or only two type of backup, three type of backup, what are they. And after that, what is the retention period, how many time or what is the time they are storing those backup. That is the retention settings. And after that, we need to check the storage policy, where they are storing the backup. Okay, so that should be mentioned in the backup policy of the organization. Then we will go for actual monitoring. So we will ask the evidence, give us the screenshot of the each job monitoring. If they are following full or incremental 2 only, give us the job monitoring. So you need to tell them date. Okay, I want this date of backup job monitoring screenshot. They will provide you that. In that, you need to see whether it is successful or fail. Depending upon the population, as I said, you need to pick the sample. You can choose any 2 dates, 3 dates, 4 dates, whatever, according to you. And then ask them that, okay, give me the backup control job monitoring for uh, like 5th of Jan, then 10th of February, 4th of April. Okay, for all backup types. They will give you the screenshot. Check that whether it is fail or successful. If it is successful, no worries. But if it is fail, then ask them that why it is failed. And after that, what you did. If you rerun the job, give me that screenshot. Whether you have rerun the job, if you have taken the manual backup, where you have stored that backup, give that screenshot also. Got it? Backup control. Any doubt is there? So we have learned what is the backup, why it is necessary, why backup is necessary to give the assurance for business continuity processes. So backup give us assurance or the assurance to the companies that whatever happen, their business will continue. That is a backup continuity processes, BCP, business continuity processes. Okay. Then there are four type of backup: full, incremental, differential, snapshot. Every organization should take full and incremental backup compulsory. When they should take, that depends upon the organization, and that should be mentioned in the backup policy of the organization. Okay. Third thing, the differential backup will be taken mostly in the financial or banking industry. Snapshot can be taken anytime, anywhere. That is not a compulsion or not a mandate. Whenever you are going for backup control testing, first evidence you need to collect is backup policy of the organization. In that, three things you need to make sure: the type of backups which the company is taking, retention policy, and the storage policy of the organization. Okay. Once you have that, then go for the backup testing. Ask them the evidence. If you are taking full backup, incremental backup, give them the dates that give me the screenshot of the system job monitoring profile for these dates. If the job is successful, no need to do anything, our control is passed. But if the job is fail, ask them why it was fail, what you did after that, how you rerun the job, that screenshot, and where you store that backup, that screenshot. Check the retention period. If you are doing for 3 months, then ask the past or post validation retentions where they have restored the logs or restored the backup. Verify that where they are storing the backup, whether they are storing in the cloud, whether they are storing in your offsite location. Got it? These only controls you need to test in the backup control. Any doubt is there again? Any doubt? No doubt? Clear everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now I am sharing you in the group the new PPT. Okay, so I will show you the PPT, what changes are there. Sorry, then I can share you. Okay, so in this PPT, you can see I have changes or made the changes from the starting. What is IT audit, type of IT audit, importance, how or what is audit process, internal audit team, what is the structure, then frameworks, COSO, COBIT, okay, then IT control, key control, non-key control, what is the IT audit outcomes, whether it is pass, fail, deficiency, if you found like any exceptions, what you need to do. So if you find any exceptions, what is the example of that in each control, you can see that these are the deficiencies, or you can see the exceptions you might get, or you can find out the exceptions, those are there. Then type of control deficiencies, control deficiency, material significance, and what is the risk with them. Okay, then IT general controls, we will start with this, we already started. Then the SDLC, then ITAC controls, IT application controls are there, how to test them, IT application controls, SAP basically. Now from here, we will start with the SAP GRC, SAP ITGC controls or SAP ITAC control. Then lastly, we will go for the SOC, SOX and everything. Got it? So I am sharing this now with you guys. Don't do anything with that. Any doubt is there, you can ask me. No doubts are there? Or yes or no? Doubts are there or not?
We need
No,
to
no, sir.
this backup
Clear?
control report. Hello.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead, Kavya.
We need to prepare this backup control report or what?
Yes, I am telling you that. Wait,
Okay.
I am coming to that. Don't worry. Where is change management control? First, you guys tell me. I haven't received your any report, not for user access control, not for change management control, nothing I have received.
Sir, like I don't know that we need to send to you like personally.
In the
So
group, I told already, in the group, you need to keep so that I can
okay,
check.
okay.
Right? We are not doing the offline. So, how I will check personally?
Yeah,
That's why you need to check, you need to send me in the group.
yeah.
And Charan, for you, you can refer this PPT for the previous classes.
Okay, okay, sir.
So I have kept in the group the backup control testing report and the PPT. Check, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Everyone got?
Yes.
Okay. And uh, for the Charan, I am again sending you the change management and the user access, those as well, right? So that you can have those as well. Okay, here are those reports for user access, provisioning, now change management. And for everyone, I am also keeping the HR listing. HR listing means sample HR data file or IPE file. You can refer that as well as an example. HR user listing Excel I have shared. Everyone got those documents?
Yes, but what should we do with that HR user
It is
listing?
just an example how the IP data look like. So if you see, if you can open that, let me share that. Wait, guys. Let me share the screen. I will explain to you. It just an for your information how it look like. That's it. Just a second. So basically, if you don't know it, what is HR listing, how it look like, for that it is an example. Wait, guys. Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, yes.
Right. So you can see here, this is the HR listing. HR listing means data from the HR, like population. This is nothing but your population. Okay. So you can see in that population every field, employee ID, employee name, okay, department, where they are working, what is the designation, what is the location, their date of joining, they are active or not, their manager name, okay, and their email IDs, whatever it may be. Got it? So this is what the population look like. Now in this, from this population, you need to pick up the samples and then you need to ask for the screenshots. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. That is for your
Yeah.
information only. Yes. Okay, guys, then if you don't have doubts, we can conclude for today. Tomorrow, no, first you complete your change management and this backup. So prepare a work report for backup, only pass and fail, because in backup there are only two reports you need to prepare, pass and fail. Backup control is pass and backup control is fail. Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys, then take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.